Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel, and today we're actually up here with our good friend Brian Clairmont, and we're going to do some smallmouth fishing on the Menominee River. And I'll tell you, Brian's been sending me pictures like crazy. He's got a really good bite going. It's kind of a diverse bite. He's catching them on live bait, he's catching them on plastics, he's catching them on crankbaits, and he's also getting them on some top water. So I'm hoping that we can get a little bit of that going on too this afternoon, some of that top water. But you know, the cool part is that, you know, of course, Brian's always a great person to fish with, but you're always learning things with this guy. And today we left the Warrior at home and the flat bottom, and we're actually fishing out of Brian's boat, and which is okay, because you know what? I just had a lower unit fixed on one of my boats, you know? So you know where you're going, you'll take the chance. Hey Brian, let's tell everybody exactly what we're gonna be doing here this afternoon.
First of all, I'm always glad to have you, Larry.
Thanks, buddy, man.
You got the water starting to cool off, fall starting to set in, all the weeds you gotta deal with. But them bass, they pile up on the deep water points.
Okay.
We've been having some fun.
That sounds good. I can't wait to get into some.
Let's go out there and get some.
All right, let's do it. Hey, hold on to your heinies, everybody. Let's see what happens. Hey, I'll tell you what, Brian, you were right. I threw right up by that log up there.
Ooh, nice bass it looks like.
Yeah, I threw right up there.
Nice smallie.
Yeah, nice one to start the day off.
Johnny Lemmers, plastics.
The little Lemmer plastic here.
See that red?
You know, and I have to admit, Brian, when you told me to put that red on, I'm like, come on. That is not my favorite color for sure. But it did work, and I will give it another shot. Nice smallie, nice little smallie. And you know, again, Brian, you've been on let's let this little guy go. You've been on a really good bite, and kind of a, you know, one of them things where it's been plastics and live bait.
Yep, both. And you know, it's not just throwing one bait, Larry. You gotta have an assortment of things, because you never know what the fish are gonna want. You know, every day changes. There we go, fish on.
Got one?
Ooh, little guy. I think it's the same one you had, Larry.
Mine was bigger.
Yep, yours is a little bit bigger. But we've been catching a lot of little ones, but you'll see later on, they're gonna get a lot bigger, Larry.
And you're saying the afternoon bite has really been your bread and butter, huh, Brian?
The last hour before it gets dark has been fantastic. Top waters, plastics, you name it, we've been getting them, so.
And why do you think that is, you know, as far as the timing of the day,
well,
you know?
I think, you know, with fall coming, everything puts the bag on, feed bag on at fall, because everything wants to plump up for winter gets
right
here. So I think that last hour and a half or so just gets those fish kicked on. Water temp dropped a couple degrees last night, so I think we'll do good today.
Hey Brian, they're talking about a really severe winter this year for us. Lots of cold, lots of snow. You know, so you definitely would think, you know, with these temperatures starting to cool down, these fish definitely would start putting the feed bag on and getting ready for that winter, that late fall winter bite.
Yep, my favorite time of the year, Larry, is spring and fall. That's my two favorite times of the year for fishing.
I got another small one there, Mr. BAC. Oh, pike. Oh, I got variety. Yeah, a little pike. That's what they call a hammer handle, or if the dog would like them. Ooh, he was afraid of that dog. Right?
The skeletal dog that unhooks the fish for you, eh?
Yep, talented dog. Hey, I'll tell you what, Brian. Another little hammer handle. Is it a pike or is it a pickerel? That's the question, folks. Is it a pike or is it a pickerel? You guys tell me. Take a good look at them. Get back to me.
Yep, well, that's a good bass.
Here we go. I'll tell you what, Brian.
That's a good bass.
Yep, as soon as that thing hit, that fish was
yeah,
on
nice
it.
fish,
Yep.
Larry.
A little nicer
We'll net that one.
smallmouth. Yep.
Yep, good job.
Got the heavy shot.
That one.
Ooh, I love that.
Net.
That is cool, I'll tell you that.
Oh, look at that, Larry.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Look at that. Nice job.
You wanna
Oh, it's a largemouth.
Oh, a large, and you just said that too,
Yep.
Brian. You just said, hey, I haven't seen a lot of largemouth. Gotta
fish.
love that. You know, Brian, I can understand why you love this Menominee River and why you never have to really go too far.
Nope, it's nice and close to home, and we got every species a guy wants to catch right here.
Right, and I'm a river guy, always have been a river person, just because of the varieties of fish you catch, and you can always get out of the weather, and a lot of ands, and the fishing is very consistent.
Yes, it is.
Gotta
Nice
like
fish.
that one.
Awesome fish.
What is that?
It's my phone.
What?
That's how I know somebody's calling.
Dude, that is obnoxious. Throw that thing in the river.
Mr. Corch. Hey,
Got one going there?
yeah, I got one going
BAC?
here. There we go. Ooh,
Nice job.
feels pretty good.
Feels good?
Yep, feels good.
Now that's on live bait, right?
Ah, pike.
Oh, pike. Oh, you're into my pike territory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a bad pike though.
No, not quite as big as the ones that I caught, but
Well, no, I never can hold up
Right.
to Mr. Smith there.
right, not on pike. On everything else maybe, but not pike.
See him? He's got it now.
He's right next to the boat?
Yeah, he's right here.
Really?
Ready, Connor?
Yep.
There we go.
Wow. That was interesting how that fish grabbed it
another
right.
pike.
Another. Oh, now we're tied on the pike. All right, we got to get out of this spot.
Pike spot.
Hey, Brian, when you're looking at coming down the river like this, there's so much shoreline. How do you know where to stop and start fishing?
Well, I guess the biggest thing, Larry, is water temperature.
Okay.
You know, in the spring, you want to be in it, they're spawning, so you want to be in the sloughs or where they're going to spawn. Being that we started fall here now, those fish migrate, they migrate in the summer upriver, in all the holes.
Okay.
And in the fall, they migrate back to the deeper water where they winter. So what I'm looking for this time of year is points adjacent to deep water.
You've got to have that deep water.
They like that deep water. And what they do is different times of the day, they'll slide up and feed. Bass are notorious for pushing minnows up against the shoreline to feed. They like the overhanging branches. They feel safe. They ain't got to worry about birds of prey or us. You can't cast under the trees, correct?
Right. Oh, I'll get underneath that tree, my
So-
friend.
Oh yeah, we do what we can, but we've been kind of close to the weeds, so we've been catching a lot of pike. So if you're fishing weeds, expect pike. Smallies like the rocks and wood.
Okay.
Largies like wood.
But this time of year, Brian, the smallmouth are going for the deeper wintering spots right now. As the temperatures start falling, the warmer water is going to be in the deeper holes. Totally different than in the spring. Gotta love that. Again, on the plastics. You're staying pretty even with me, Brian, even though now I know you went to a top water.
Look at Little Northern got my sucker. Look at, see that?
What is that?
He's just
Well, he
hanging on
does.
to it. Look at him.
Yeah, he doesn't even have it in his mouth.
No.
He wants that sucker.
So we're
Right.
gonna pull him up without hooking him.
That's
I got
pretty
him.
good. Never even hooked him. Oh my gosh, you'll do anything to get ahead of me,
Hey,
Clairmont.
Who needs
That
hooks?
is-
Who needs hooks?
Yeah, that's
When you
ridiculous.
fish with Smith, you gotta pull all the stop show. That's a click.
Oh, that stinks. Now you're ahead of me by one pike,
I didn't even hook him.
right? I'm calling foul play.
You're the big cheese, Larry.
I'm the big cheese.
You're the big cheese.
Hey Brian, I can see that you're watching that yellow line, you know, that's that power strike. Let's tell everybody at home how important it is, you know, low visibility, you know, when it's super windy, there you go, it looks like a nice fish.
Yeah, this is a nicer fish.
But that really does make a difference using that
it
high
makes
vis line.
Another pike. It makes a big difference, Larry. I can see that line, and you know, my eyes ain't getting any better. We're getting older.
You
So
might be, but I'm not.
You can see that line moving off to the side, so you know where to fish, you know, when a fish grabs it. You know, little things you do just make a big difference on catching fish.
I would agree.
And that line thing is definitely,
By the visual and the sensitivity.
yep. Hi,
I got a
doggy.
good one. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Hey, I think that dog sees my dog.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ooh,
Oh,
a little
jumper.
dancer. I'm loving that. You know, the cool thing too is you got to remember when you're casting plastics is that you want to make sure you have a jig that's absolutely not too heavy. You don't want that bait to just absolutely crash to the bottom. You want it to float to the bottom. So that is the key. Like today, what I'm using is an 1/8 ounce jig here and a long shank jig, LS jig, slow poke. And again, that's the key when you're casting that plastics is you don't want that jig to crash to the bottom. Right, Guy?
That's right.
Right? Well, I'm talking to the dog over there.
Yeah.
Right?
He wants a piece of your dog.
All right. Hi, puppy.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? What's going on? What's up?
I don't know, jump in and grab it.
Is my line
Oh,
going?
I just
What's
had it.
going? I'm gonna try to stick him again. Oh, I got that one.
There you
Better
go.
fish. This is better
Nice
fish.
job,
Better
Brian.
fish. Better fish.
Ooh,
yeah.
oh, that's a
yeah.
nice bass right there. Right?
Yeah, they just moved over a little bit. That's all.
Right? Nice bass right there. Got a dancer.
He's a dancer.
Now that one's on live bait, and I just caught that last one on plastics. And again, Brian, you know, the key is watching that line. You're using the high vis line.
Oh, yeah.
It's a decent bass right there.
Yep, not bad. We ain't got no giants that I've been catching, but we still got a little bit of time here, so.
Looks like you got a friend back there on the shore.
Well, he brought us some luck. So.
Yeah, he did.
I
I'm a
love
dog
these
guy.
mollies.
I love dogs. That's okay. I got something that'll keep him happy. Here, there you go, mate. There you go, mate. There you go. You're good. You're good. All right. There you, that's what he needed right there. Hey,
Calm down.
that's all it takes.
What I'm doing here, I'm live baiting it. I got a Kaylee hook. I think this is like a 1/0. And what I do is I hook them through the lips like this, right through pop. And then I use what I call a minnow saver, which is just a piece of plastic that's cut up and set it on there.
What's the reason for that?
When you're casting, you make that hole bigger and you lose your bait.
Okay.
These suckers are pretty expensive,
They
so
are.
that saves them. And then I got just a little split shot, and I run 20-pound fluorocarbon because there's a lot of pike running around. That way we get them in, we're not losing a lot of hooks.
Hey, Brian, as far as the bite, when you're using that live bait and they do grab it, how much time do you actually give the fish? And I know you're using that high vis power strike line, which is important because then you can see when they actually do grab it and which direction the fish is swimming when they start swimming away. But how much time do you know to give them? I guess that's the big question. You don't take them right away, right?
Depending on the size of the suckers you're using and how the fish are biting, it's kind of, you know, get a bite or two and find out what it's going to take to get them. Now today I missed like 6 fish, so they're not really aggressively hitting them today, so I should be giving them a little bit longer.
Okay.
And the thing with this Kaylee hook too, Larry, is if you hit them when the fish is going away from you, you almost always get them in the corner of the mouth.
Okay.
They're not swallowing it.
Kind of like a circle hook, huh?
Yep, almost. I call it a half circle hook is what I call it.
Hey, Brian, when you go to set the hook, are you setting it to the side or are you always setting it straight up?
I prefer setting it straight up and down because
Okay.
you know the fish is down in the water, so you're pulling up. I think it's a little bit better hook set. If the fish is really running hard away from you, then I might do a side thing.
Here's a fish.
There you go, turn around, Larry's got one. Ooh, that's a nice bass.
Ooh, a jumper.
All right.
I love jumpers. Oh, I love that. Love that Mag custom rod too, boy. That's a better fish.
Yep.
Oh, that is a nice fish. Yeah, you want to grab the heavy shot? That's definitely a nice fish. Boy, you know, that fish was shallow. It's starting to get dark here, and that fish was probably only in about a foot of water. Oh yeah, that's a good
Nice
fish.
fish, Larry.
Nice job, Brian. Thank you.
You betcha.
Not a monster
Nope.
like you've been catching, but still a very respectable smallmouth, probably in that 16 to 17 inches. And again, just using plastics with that long shanked, slow poke hook. And like I was talking before, you guys, the key is when you're using plastics, don't use too much weight. You want that plastic to fall slow.
Definitely.
All right. That long shanked Gets that placement of the hook way back. Let's let this guy go.